As you hear these words now, you might begin to notice how every belief you once held, every thought you once questioned, begins to shift, to transform, to evolve, in ways you might not yet fully realize. Because isn't it interesting how the more you step into your own reality, the stronger it becomes? You see, some people wait. They wait for permission, for approval, for someone else to say, yes, you're enough. But have you ever noticed? The most powerful people don't ask. They don't seek. They decide. Because the moment you decide, the moment you commit fully to your own reality, it becomes real. It becomes undeniable. And the more you commit, the more others begin to follow, as if drawn in to a current, swept up in the sheer force of your certainty. And isn't it fascinating how those who question, who doubt, who challenge, they're simply looking for their own certainty. Because when someone challenges your reality, what they're really asking is, can you show me something stronger? And the moment you hesitate, the moment you waver, they feel it. But when you hold your ground, when you stay unshaken, unyielding, unbreakable in your truth, something happens, doesn't it? Because belief is contagious. The stronger you believe, the more others start to believe too. And you can notice this now, can't you? That moment when someone speaks with unshakable certainty, and something inside you just knows. They see something that you don't yet see. And that's the secret. To see so clearly, so vividly, so absolutely, that others can't help but see it too. Now there was a time, wasn't there, when you thought you needed approval, when you thought their opinions mattered, when their judgment felt like a weight pressing down, and yet, when you look back now, wasn't it always just an illusion? Because they don't know your journey. They don't feel what you feel. They don't carry what you carry. And isn't it strange how the moment you stop seeking their approval, it's the moment they begin to seek yours. Because the more you hold your frame, the more they enter your world. The more you stop reacting, the more you begin leading. And it's funny, isn't it? How the moment you no longer need their validation, it's the moment they start chasing yours. And so, as you breathe in now deeply, comfortably, easily, you might begin to wonder what it feels like to be free of all that, to release it completely. And when you think about it, isn't it true that the only thing holding you back was the belief that you could be held back? But you know now, don't you, that the more you let go, the more you become. The more you own your reality, the more others start to live in it. And isn't it exciting to realise that from this moment forward, every word you speak, every action you take, every thought you think, it's a reflection of a reality so strong, so unshakable, that others have no choice but to believe. And as you step forward now, knowing what you know, feeling what you feel, becoming who you truly are, I wonder what happens next. Maybe, just maybe, you already know. Because isn't it fascinating how the mind holds on to an idea, a belief, as if it's the only truth, as if the walls of that belief are solid, unbreakable, real, until the moment you begin to see through them. And as you listen now, as you let these words move through you, you might start to notice something shifting, something opening, something changing. Because have you ever wondered, where does fear really come from? That feeling, that hesitation, that flicker of doubt. Was it ever really yours? Or was it something borrowed, given to you by someone else, planted there long ago, before you even had a chance to question it? And if it was given to you, then doesn't it make sense that you can give it back? Because here's the truth. No one can judge you more than you've already judged yourself. No one's words can cut deeper than the thoughts you've already entertained. And if their opinions, their judgments, their critiques were ever real, wouldn't they have already broken you? And yet here you are, stronger than ever. And isn't it fascinating how the very thing you feared, criticism, judgment, it was never about you. Because What do people really do when they judge? They reveal themselves, their own fears, their own limitations, their own need to control, to define, to categorize. And when you see that now, when you really see it, doesn't it suddenly seem laughable? The idea someone else's fleeting thoughts could define your worth. And the more you think about this, the more you realise you were never the problem. The real issue was believing that their opinions mattered more than your own. That somehow, in some way, they held a truth that you didn't. But that was never true, was it? Because, tell me, whose voice do you hear most, theirs or yours? Who is it that decides whether a thought stays or fades? Who is it that chooses what to believe, what to ignore, what to embrace? It's always been you. And when you really feel that now, something changes. The craving for their approval, it dissolves. The fear of their rejection, it fades. And in its place, something new emerges. A strength, a certainty, a knowing that you're enough. You've always been. That you will always be. Because the people who shape reality, they're never the ones seeking permission. They're the ones who step forward, unchallenged, unshaken, undeniable. And as you step forward now, knowing what you know, tell me, what happens when you no longer wait? When you stop looking for validation? When you stop asking and start deciding? Something interesting happens, doesn't it? The moment you stop chasing approval, that's the moment people start chasing yours. The moment you stop needing their permission is the moment they start needing yours. And isn't it funny how quickly everything changes the moment you change? And as you breathe in now, feeling that shift deep inside, I wonder, what becomes possible for you now? What opens up? What new reality takes shape now that you know what you've always known? Maybe, just maybe, you already feel it.